Okay, get this. What if you could understand the most complex thing in the entire universe, your brain, using something you have with you right now? Well, that's exactly what we're going to do today.
I know, it sounds a little too simple, doesn't it? But that's the absolute genius of a model from psychiatrist Dr. Daniel Siegel. He came up with this incredible way for us to hold a literal map of our own minds right in the palm of our hand.
So you know what? Let's actually build this model together right now. We're going to turn your hand into a working diagram of your brain step by step. And it's just an amazing way to see how all these different parts connect.
Okay, do this with me. Go ahead and hold up your hand. You've got your wrist, right? The part connecting to your arm. Then you've got the base of your hand, the palm, and of course, your fingers. Believe it or not, these four simple parts are everything we need to map the human brain.
All right, now for the really cool part. We're going to take those parts of your hand and map them directly onto the key regions of your brain. And you'll see the parallels are, well, they're surprisingly perfect.
So here's how it all lines up. Your fingers, the parts that reach out and touch the world. That's your cortex. Your palm, right there in the center, that's your emotional limbic system. The base of your hand, that's the ancient brainstem. And your wrist, the connection point, that's the spinal cord. See, it's a perfect one-to-one map.
Okay, so we have the map, but what do these places actually do? I mean, a map is pretty useless if you don't know what the landmarks are all about, right? So let's dive in and explore the function of each part of our new brain hand.
First up, the cortex, represented by your fingers. This is the most evolved part of our brain. You know that wrinkly outer layer? That's it. It's responsible for all our higher thought. And it makes so much sense. Just like your fingers open up to know, to create, and to connect with the world, the cortex is where we process complex ideas and make sense of, well, everything.
Next up, let's look at the palm. This represents the limbic system, which is basically our emotional core. This is where you'll find things like the amygdala, that's kind of our brain's alarm system, and the hippocampus, which is all about memory. And it just makes sense, doesn't it? Your palm can get warm or cold or sweaty depending on your emotions. This area really does govern our feelings and hold our memories.
Now for the base of the hand. This is our brainstem, the most ancient, most fundamental part of our brain. It's really well protected for a reason. It regulates our most vital functions. We're talking breathing, heart rate, basic survival. This area also includes the cerebellum, which, a lot like your wrist rotating your hand, coordinates all of our movements, making them smooth and precise.
Okay, but here's where this whole model gets truly fascinating. Dr. Siegel points out that the most accurate way to represent the brain isn't with an open hand at all. No, it's with a closed fist, with your thumb tucked inside. Now, why on earth would that be?
So why a closed fist? Why not an open hand? Well, the answer to that question, it unlocks the single most powerful insight of this entire model.
Turns out there are two absolutely brilliant reasons. First one, to save space. The cortex is huge, so by folding and wrinkling in on itself, just like your fingers closing into a fist, this massive surface area of neurons can get packed into the pretty small space of our skull. The second reason is all about protection. The thinking cortex folds over to literally embrace and shield the more primitive, more vulnerable emotional centers of that limbic system.
But hold on, there's one more crucial piece to this puzzle. The real secret. When you make that fist, there's a very specific point of contact, a connection that's formed, that represents one of the most important relationships inside our own heads.
Go ahead, look at your fist again. See where the tips of your middle and ring fingers are touching your palm? That exact point of contact? That represents the orbitofrontal cortex. This is an absolutely critical area, right behind your eyes, that acts as a physical bridge. It connects the high-level thinking of the cortex with the raw, powerful emotion of the limbic system.
So this orbitofrontal cortex, you can think of it as the brain's great integrator. It's almost like an internal parent that's in constant conversation with our emotional side, helping us manage our impulses and needs. It's literally the place where our thinking brain and our feeling brain connect. This is the seat of self-regulation.
Okay, so in our final section, we're going to see how all of this comes together to give us a really profound new perspective. Because this isn't just a cool anatomy lesson. It's a whole new way of thinking about what a mind actually is.
And this brings us to the ultimate takeaway from Dr. Siegel's work. He says, the mind is a verb, not a noun. It's not a thing, it's a process. It's something that is constantly happening, always in motion.
So what does that actually mean for you and me? Well, it means your mind isn't just stuck in your skull. It's embodied. It happens throughout your entire body. It's emergent, meaning it's constantly arising from the flow of information in your brain. And maybe most importantly, it's relational. It is always being shaped by your connections with other people.
So there you have it. You now literally hold a map of your own brain in your hand. You can physically see, how thought connects to feeling and how our deep instincts are protected by reason. So the final question I want to leave you with is this. Now that you have the map, how will you navigate your own mind?